What's up, guys? I am back, and today I'm going to be answering all the questions that you guys sent me for the Q&A. Okay, I'm going to start off with a Google Plus question that I got from Moto Dodo. And I'm not going to read the entire message, just the question. And he wanted to know, are you planning on moving up into a bigger bike class? As of right now, no. Because my pit bike is new and I don't really want to spend the money on anything right now, but I have to be careful because of how small I am. It's a possibility in the future, but not as of right now. So this one from John Smith says, how do you warm up your bike? Basically, you just start up your bike and you just let it run for a few minutes. You can rev it a couple times, but basically you just want it sitting still and idling. That's how you warm up your bike. John Smith also asked, have you ever changed the brake fluid or brake pads on your pit bike? Also, do you know how to tune the carburetor? I have not changed the brake pads or the brake fluid because it's a new bike, so hopefully I'm not going to have to do that anytime soon. I don't even know how to do that, so no. And also, do you know how to tune the carburetor? Well, it depends on what you mean. There's a couple of different ways to tune the carburetor. If you're talking about tuning the idle, yes, there is an idle screw that you can adjust. There's also an adjustment screw on top that controls like the mixture of air to fuel. The third way to adjust it would be to rejet your carburetor. Now, I know a little bit about how to rejet, but not enough to explain it or like really do it. I would have to do my research on that. Yay Bud 34 asks, have you ever crashed? If so, how many times? Not technically. I've laid the bike over one time, kind of. No, I did lay it down. I was riding up one of the little connector trails out here in the back, and my handlebars got caught on a vine, and so it jerked my handlebars sideways. And since I was on the hill out there, I didn't really have an option but to lay the bike down. But I didn't technically wreck it. I just kind of set my foot down and laid the bike down. It was hung on a vine. Okay, and Esther Zonbeld asked a question, and I see you, but I have no idea what you're trying to ask me. So I'm sorry I can't answer your question. SSR Adventures wants to know, how did I get into riding? When I was a kid, probably about 10 years old, my cousin got a little Honda 80 semi-automatic dirt bike, and I just fell in love with it. And so I used to sneak down to his house all the time where we could ride, and I've loved dirt bikes ever since. Alex Ganaw says, have you broke any bones? If you did, how? I haven't really broken any major bones. I've broken like wimpy bones. I've broken 2 of my toes just being stupid. Once I had like an inside floating soccer ball, and I went to kick it and it was under a table, and I kicked a chair leg and broke a toe. And then the second time I was putting on a pair of pants and I kicked a rocking chair. I'm not going to explain that. You can use your imagination. Anyway, I kicked a rocking chair and broke my toe. So both of those experiences, I kicked a chair. So Everett Muller asks again, how do you tell if you need an oil change? It really depends on how much you ride. There is like a little sticker on your engine that tells you about when you need to change your oil, but like I said, it just depends on how much you ride. If you're riding a lot, then yeah, you probably want to change it more often, once a month, or maybe even sooner. Like I said, it just depends on how much you ride. I personally do not ride that much. I ride maybe once a week. I don't ride every week. I don't ride every day. So I don't change mine as often. I changed mine in a 3-month span, I believe it was, just because I wasn't riding that often. Okay, Eric Austin, why don't you ever show your face? Honestly, I had never like really plan to do YouTube, so I'm not at all comfortable in front of the camera. My helmet is like a safety blanket, and it allows me to be able to talk to you guys. Otherwise, I probably could not do it, because I am just not comfortable in front of the camera. That's the honest truth. Okay, let's see. Colin Prep. Why did you buy a pit bike instead of a 125 or 150 dirt bike? The price. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The price. I do work, I do have a job, but I'm not in a position where I want to pay a couple of $1,000s for a brand new dirt bike. I just feel it wasn't necessary when I could have a simple option, doesn't cost a lot. I have a little bit of knowledge to where I could keep my bike up. If I have some issues, I can fix them. So I chose to go with a cheaper option. How fast do you think it goes pinning top gear? And that was Jake Kness. With that, I'm not sure. I would say it would go at least 60. At least. Ollie 12 wants to know, are you ever considering getting a 2-stroke? No. Personally, I just feel like 2-strokes are way more maintenance than I want to deal with. Too much to keep up, and I don't really need that much power. You guys have seen the places that I have to ride. It's not a lot. So, no, I don't need a 2-stroke. I don't know how to say your name. Rogelio Sotelo, maybe? I don't know. Says, are you single? Haha, joking. How do you know about bikes? Your brothers or your dad teach you. Love your videos. Thank you. Are you single? Yes. But I'm gonna put an asterisk over that and say it's complicated. How do you know about bikes? Your brothers or your dad teach you. No, I don't have any brothers. And I just kind of know by I just learn. I grew up in a family with lots of knowledge about different things, so I've just learned different skills over time to just, help me with different things. And if I don't know the answers to stuff, I'll go to my uncle who is a mechanic, or I'll just look it up online and read about it if I can't figure it out. But a lot of stuff, common sense, things I could just figure it out on my own. Starving Artist INC says, hey A-Rush, I got a HMF quiet core for my exhaust, and I noticed you had a non-stock exhaust. Or did you have to rejet your carbs when you changed your exhaust? Well, no. My bike actually came with that non-stock exhaust on it. I've said this, in multiple videos. I don't know why. It hasn't been a problem. I haven't had any acceleration issues or anything like that would make me think that I needed to rejet. RRP Plays asks, how much did your pit bike cost? $768.48, maybe? But $768. Angus Balco wants to know, what made you want to start YouTube? When I was buying my pit bike, the problem that I had run into was there was tons of information on the SSR pit bikes, but no information on the Taotaos. I took a leap of faith and bought one anyway. And then after I had it, I thought, well, this is a pretty good bike. I'm pretty happy with it. I don't understand why nobody's talking about it or anything like that. So my plan was to make one video, like the review video, to talk about it, so that hopefully people could get the information that I was looking for when I was trying to buy it. And somehow it grew and grew. People wanted me to do more videos. They liked the videos. They had requests. And so slowly it just kind of snowballed. And here I am making videos once a week with, like 300 subscribers or So what made me want to start YouTube? You guys, I guess, because I did not have any plans to do so until you guys, kept asking for videos and enjoying my content. CJ_602. What state were you born in/live in? Well, I was born in Tennessee and I still live in Tennessee. And a couple more people asked how much my pit bike was. A user called Black People wanted to know that as well. Farzan Ahmed. And again, $768. Okay, Jay Bouchard says, any nuts or bolts fall off during a long ride? No. And hopefully that never happens. Because if it does, I'm probably going to be in trouble. So no. Fingers crossed that never happens. It's Phantom Panda. Says, how long have you had your pit bike? P.S. I'm getting the same one. I think I've had it for 8 months. 8, almost 9 maybe. Nathan Blevins asks, what part of Tennessee do you live in? Knoxville. Everett Muller, he wants to know, will you ever get the bike street legal? No, I will not. That's not what I bought it for. I bought it to be a pit bike, to be out in the grass, in the woods, in trails. So I think it's kind of a waste of time and money to buy a pit bike or a dirt bike specifically for that and then convert it. But hopefully in the next couple of years I plan on getting an actual street legal motorcycle. MTB Riding wants to know, how much does your helmet cost? I got it off of Amazon and I believe it's about $60. Fresh Ownage, have you ever owned a motorcycle before the Tao? No, I have not. The Tao is my first motorcycle, or first dirt bike, whatever. Pit bike, dirt bike, motorcycle. Either way, it's my first. Everett Mueller also wants to know, will you have a P.O. box? No. Maybe in the future. Right now, I am not popular enough for that and no one would send me anything, so no. This is not a question, but Nathan Blevin says, do a chain tightening video on this dirt bike. Okay, I just want to go ahead and address this because I've gotten this a lot. To do a chain tightening video, I see you guys. You don't have to request it multiple times. The reason that I have not done a chain tightening video, 2 reasons. First reason, I need to buy a new dirt bike stand and I don't want to spend $100 on that right now. And then the second reason is my chain doesn't need to be tightened. I'm not going to make a video doing something that's unnecessary. When my chain gets loose and I need to tighten it, that's when I will make the chain tightening video, but it's just not necessary for me right now, so I'm not going to get to it. And I don't know exactly when that'll be, but like I said, when my chain gets loose, then I'll make the video, and I got to get the stand. But for right now, it's not necessary for me. So, sorry about that. Okay, Everett Mueller again says, how do you clean your carb? There's no way that I can explain that in this video. That would have to be a whole separate video in and of itself. I don't know enough about the carburetor and that whole process to even explain it really. So, I cannot really help you with that at this time. Okay, now we're going to go back up to these questions. And this is, again, Everett Mueller, and he was kind of like having a conversation with another user, and I can't remember who it was. Eric Austin and A Volatile 04. You guys were kind of talking about this a little bit, so I'm going to get into it a little bit more. Basically, the topic was, where's the best place to buy an SSR pit bike, or maybe just a pit bike in general. And you guys were kind of discussing Power Sports Distro versus Power Sports Max. I'm actually going to talk about that whole topic and subject in a separate video for you guys, so you can have a discussion about it if you want to, and because I'm not really sure how long it's going to be, and so I think it'll be easier if it's in a separate video. Okay, that was all the questions that were sent to me. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, got all the answers that you wanted or needed. One last thing, I have been thinking about making an Instagram specifically for this channel only, not a personal Instagram. I don't want to do it if I'm just going to be like wasting my time. So if that's something that you guys are interested in, let me know in the comments and tell me if you would like me to do that. And of course, you know, I will see you guys next week.